So in this video I'm going to talk about how to spot a good client. Now I will say it's usually easier to spot a good client than it is a bad client. And I forgot to say in the last video that I did, which was about how to spot a bad client, is that people for the most part don't change. So one of the examples I used in how to spot a bad client is that you give them a price and they try to get a cheaper price off you. So the thing with that is they're probably not going to change. They're always going to be that way. They're always going to want a cheaper price. And the same is true of a good client. If you have a good client, as long as you look after them well, they're going to stay a good client. Now, like I said in the last video as well, that you need to know who is your ideal client so that you can recognize who is a good client. So for me, and it's specific to your own business, and that is your business, who you think is a good client, and you should full power go for those clients. So for me, a client is appreciative, they get their lawn mowed every 2 weeks, they look after their lawn, they don't require much communication / admin time, they're high paying, and they pay on time. So I'm just going to run through a few of those points and how to spot a good client using those parameters. So the first thing is how to know a person's going to be appreciative. Because like I say a lot of times, I'm like, this is really hard work. Doesn't matter whether you're doing the actual physical work yourself or you have employees doing it. It's hard work, and in my opinion, it should be appreciated. Because that's why they've hired you, is they don't want to do their own lawn, because it's hard work. So the first thing to notice is if the person's appreciative, in the communication that you have with them, they're going to simply say thank you when you deal with them. It's really simple, but they say thank you. That's how you show appreciation of something. So that's a good indicator. That's how I spot a good client in that regard. Now, the other thing is, like I said, every 2 weeks is how often I mow. So when I'm discussing it with a potential client, I say, we mow every 2 weeks, and I'll say, is that what you're looking for? And they'll say, yep, that's great. And again, low communication, it's super simple, they keep it brief. And a lot of the people that I'm looking for as an ideal client, they're professional people. A lot of times they're couples, but they may not be. And they have their own busy lives and their own things to do, and they don't want to be spending a lot of time communicating with their lawn guy. And that's perfect for me, because I don't want to spend a lot of time communicating with them just about important things. And so if they're simple in their communication with you at the start, they're most likely going to maintain that over time. So again, the other thing with low communication is their communication is brief, it's to the point, and that's what I like. And they also like the same thing in return. So that's a good indicator. Now the high paying, that they're a high paying client, I only want high paying clients. So the way to spot that is when you give them a price, they say, yep, great. Again, super simple communication. They're happy to go ahead. They make their decisions, with confidence, let's just say that. They know what they want. They know when they see that they're going to get what they want, and they accept it. And this final one is that they pay on time. Now this is a new thing for me. I've left payments up to clients, but now when I'm taking people on, I'm actually requiring them to do a direct debit, which means I have control over when the payment goes out. Of course, if they have no money in their account, I have to follow them up. But generally that's not going to happen, especially if they meet the criteria that I've just outlined above. So I'm now doing direct debit for new clients. It just makes it simple, and again, it ties into that ideal client that I have, is that they're generally busy, professional people, and they don't want to every 2 weeks have to receive an invoice via email and then go into their bank account and make a transfer, all of that sort of thing. They can one time set up the payment or set up a recurring payment from their account, and then it's just done. And they're happy, they don't have to think about it, and they can just rest easy and get on with their lives knowing that their lawn is taken care of. So that's how I spot a good client. Like I say, you need to know who your ideal client is, who you're going after, and give them what they want, look after them well, be friendly, be polite, but keep it business. It's business, that's your relationship. And you're going to see pretty quickly who is a good client, who is not, and you want those good clients. So, full power to you. Remember, it's just a game.